NFL 21. If you hit that subscribe button, every little bit helps, man. And I love every single one of yous. Let's get into this Lego. Excuse me.
You alright?
I'll be fine.
How was you last week? I know exactly what you're going through.
You didn't have to sit through this championship game, though.
No, but I did sit out our first state title game. That wasn't easy to do.
For all I know, this could be my only shot at it.
Then I guess we'll just have to do this all over again next season, huh?
Good luck out there tonight.
Thanks.
Wait, is that Tommy Matthews?
Who rained on your parade, Little Miss Sunshine?
I am not in the mood for this right now.
It's because you're not playing, I take it.
Like, I haven't had a bad enough day already. Now I have to deal with you.
I know you upset. That dude Tommy's your brother. And brothers should always have each other's backs. And wipe that sourpuss look off your face. It's game time.
I love it, man. Oh, man. But here we are in the national championship game. Not sure who we're facing yet, but we are. But Boomer Sooner, let's get it done.
We crown a champion tonight here at Levine Stadium in Santa Clara for the College Football Playoff National Championship game. As we'll see the LSU Tigers taking on the Oklahoma Sooners.
Let's go.
You okay, son? Yeah, Coach, I just...
Tommy. You all right, Tommy? We need some help over here. Hurry.
You got my back, right?
Of course. Always.
Then go out there and finish this thing.
One shot. That's all any of us ever really gets. I waited my whole life for one shot at being a head coach. And here I am. This is your one shot to go out there and show the world who you are. You're the guy who's gonna lead this team to victory. Or are you gonna be remembered as the guy who got caught up in the moment and let it all slip away? I know you're worried about Tommy. Sure, we all are. But this is your one moment. Now get after it, son. Get some.
The pressure perhaps getting to this young Sooner quarterback as they trail at the break. Back now in this national championship game and what has been a tough defensive battle. And as we get ready for the second half kickoff, worth noting that Tommy Matthews does not appear to have exited the locker room with his team. And I'll keep you updated as we receive more information. The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Thomas's pass complete to number 80.
Now an update, by the way, on Tommy Matthews still in the locker room. We're not hearing much in the way of details, but we are being told that his return to this ball game is doubtful. Lucky for Coach O'Brien, his team's got a pretty good alternative. And caught. This is Bennett, the tight end. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. 1st and 10, LSU. From the gun, Thomas. Can't get away, and he's taken down.
A loss of a yard.
And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Let's go.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Oh, God.
And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
Let's go.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Out is the Oklahoma offense ready for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 30.
All you got to do is look and learn. Look and learn.
And he will score. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Well, after the departure of Tommy Matthews at the half, the offense able to regroup and put the football in the end zone.
Yeah, that's something they couldn't accomplish in the first 2 quarters of this game. So finally, finding their way downfield. I think Coach Red O'Brien, he hadn't shown a preference for either quarterback. But this kid who's out there right now, one thing we know about him, he's a fighter.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I was just going to say that, Charles. He's a fighter, and he does have plenty of upside. We know that he can lead. You and I, sitting with him this week, didn't you just see a guy who could step into any locker room and control the presence of his teammates?
Well, I just remember when we left that room, you said 2 things to me. I think this kid's going to be poised under pressure, and to me, he's a natural leader, and I concur with both of those statements.
The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And he can't escape.
Let's go.
So the opening drive of this 3rd quarter, they're trying to set the tone for the 2nd half.
And without a doubt, they did exactly that. I've known coaches who have said the first 5 minutes of each half are so important to do exactly what you said, which is set the tone. I've also heard coaches talk about the first 5 plays. Let's go out and be aggressive right off the top. That's exactly what they did.
Give them 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying under double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try to chip someone at the 2nd level.
Let's go.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. It's so tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they were able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
The Sooner offense back out, ready for their next possession. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. He's got Mason complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Thomas. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
5-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5. And that is caught. Touchdown, Oklahoma. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Sooners add on to their lead. Well, since he's come into the game at quarterback, 2 trips into the end zone, and this offense starting to look remarkably relaxed.
I love that description because it's evident to me, it's evident to everyone watching, and now everyone's getting the memo. He's not a backup. He's played just as much as Matthews has this season.
Yeah, that's the thing, Charles. There's the old adage of if you have 2 quarterbacks, you have none. Well, I think they're taking that script and throwing it right out the window because they're saying we've got 2 quarterbacks and we like them both.
I love the way you just said that. Not in this case does the old adage hold up. I think we've got a new one. They feel like they've got 2 good quarterbacks, and the offense should respond no matter who's on the field.
Exactly. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. On 1st down, Thomas. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Pass intended for number
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
intended for number
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Down throw incomplete as well.
to the sideline and
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, Thomas. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And it's a touchdown. Remember, Charles, with Tommy Matthews under center, they weren't able to get the ball into the end zone. They had a single field goal, but he exits the game at half. And this offense since then, they've been on fire. That's the 3rd touchdown in this 2nd half.
Yeah, I'm sorry I jumped in there on you there, partner, but you're exactly right. I was thinking the same thing you were. On fire. 3rd touchdown in the 2nd half. He's taken his offense and squarely put it on his back, and he is actually carrying them, and what they believe, to the national championship podium.
Well, time will tell if they will be on that podium and hoisting that trophy. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. And that last pick 6 may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the 4th quarter. They need points quickly. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's Thomas. Going to throw again. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Now Thomas throwing on 3rd and long. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, you had to throw it.
And he takes it all the way down to the 3. Big run here in the 4th as they continue to wear down this defense.
And that's when the offensive line coach clicks onto the headset and says, head coach, offense coordinator, let my guys fire out.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Oklahoma. From 3 yards out. And the Sooners add on to their lead.
Rich Martindale for the extra point.
The touchdown all set up by the big play 1 snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
Now, I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Now following the touchdown, the Sooners get ready to kick this off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
Of this action.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction.
Damn.
So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Nice.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Thomas now throwing again. Hauled in by Avant. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 13. It's a first down. LSU with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Thomas. Avant brings it in. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
2nd and inches. At the 42-yard line.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Thomas from the gun on 3rd down. That's caught by Kelly. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off play action. Thomas. Steps away to his left. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Now how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Thomas. It's complete to the tight end Bennett. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
3rd down.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. Here's Thomas. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
To throw is Thomas. Throwing on 4th down. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, possession switches hands. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't matter. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
And he'll get this one up. 39 here.
39-yard line.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
So finally, at this stage of the game, he lets his legs carry him for a big-time first down. But I think this is all set up by his eyes throughout the game. He's been taking it all in as he's watched this thing unfold. And finally, the eyes carried the legs and took him downfield.
You're right. His longest run of the game waited until the 4th quarter, and maybe that lulled the defense to sleep a little bit. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
They changed quarterbacks at half and did not miss a beat. Here they are, your national champions. And celebration time on that sideline. It took a change at quarterback. His thoughts will turn to the condition of Tommy Matthews. But for now, jubilation as they are the national champions.
No, I guess they didn't have a speech like they did in Madden 20. This is for you.
Well, Tommy's injury certainly was a setback. But the bond that these two kids have is really strong. And although only one of the Heartbreak Kids was out there the second half, Tommy's spirit was with him, and I believe...
You hear from Mr. Matthews?
The hoodie gave it away.
He's stable. But we're only allowing family to go back right now.
That's great, because he's my brother.
I'm proud of what he's accomplished this season.
I think there's only one individual on everyone's mind tonight. This one's for my brother, Tommy Matthews.
You think that's something? You should see it in person.
Oh, man. That's so cool. Thanks so much for coming and bringing this.
You kidding me? I wouldn't miss this for anything. Coach and the guys did their best. They waited as long as they could, but no one knew when you might wake up, so they had to catch their flights back. I told Coach I wasn't about to split up the Heartbreak Kid, so I stayed behind, make sure you were all right.
Thanks, man. I'm just glad you're here.
But hey, they did leave you the trophy. They wanted to make sure you had it when you woke up. How you feeling, buddy?
Man, this is amazing.
It's funny, because
The
that's
whole
exactly what I was going to say
storyline
you
is
look like.
fucking awesome.
Hey, man. Promise me one thing.
Anything.
That you'll come back next year and make it win the championship. Together.
Next year? You know I will, brother. Together.
Doc said I shouldn't overdo it.
She say what caused all this?
Yeah. Something about the stress from my filthy roommate leaving his dishes lying around the apartment. She said if it weren't for that, I'd be the pinnacle of health.
Please.
Hey, seriously. You gotta start cleaning up after yourself. It's ridiculous.
Really? Right now? Yeah. Is that him? He's an hour early. Coach?
Don't look too disappointed.
No, I was just suspecting Tommy. Come in. Care for a cupcake?
No, thanks.
So, you here for the party?
No, give me a minute.
Okay, Coach.
Actually, I'm here to talk to you about next season.
Yeah, sure, talk away.
It was something you said at the start of the season earlier. It really stuck with me. It's...
Something good, I hope?
Well, it was something you said about treat your men like your beloved sons, and they'll follow you into the deepest valley. And that really got me. It got me thinking about the way I treat you boys, and I wasn't being fair to you, and Tommy for that matter, or the team.
Wow, Coach, I really appreciate that.
All that being said, I wanted to go into the off-season with everyone on the same page. I figured the best way that we could do that would be to announce a starter. Tommy's gonna be our starter.
But how could you possibly make that decision after the title game? Is Tommy even gonna be able to play?
Yeah, I spoke with his doctor. Valve replacement surgery was great. He's gonna be right as rain.
Just don't understand.
I know this is hard for you. It's hard for you to process, and I hope you believe me when I say that I take no joy in making this decision. But I stand firmly behind it because, frankly, Tommy's a better fit for the offense.
Well, what does this mean for me?
Well, it means that you are at a monumental crossroads in your life, and you've got two choices. You can enter the draft, and based on what you did last year, I'd say you'd be lucky to get picked in the 3rd round. But realistically, you're looking at a late-round selection, if at all.
Jeez, don't sugarcoat it for me.
Well, I'm trying to be open and honest with you from this moment forward. I'm giving it to you as I would my own beloved son.
And my other choice?
Well, the way I see it, you got too much raw athleticism to waste sitting on the bench. Talent is a true gift. And it's one that I'm gonna give you the opportunity to show it to the world.
And how's that?
You get to pick a new position on offense and get your Heartbreak Kids thing going back again.
Heartbreak Kids. Well, Tommy's already tried recruiting me to come back so we can win the title together.
Does that mean you're in?
Plus, he did switch positions once, and you see how well that worked out for him. I guess I can try it too.
Heartbreak Kids are back, baby!
Was he eavesdropping?
Always.
I'm not sure what's more strange, that interaction or the general cleanliness of this apartment.
Cupcake?
Let's go, baby. The Heartbreak Kids are back.
It wasn't an easy decision at the time, but I don't regret it for a second. Of course, everyone's first thought was, where am I going to play?
Now that you're committed to staying another year, Coach must have a plan for getting you and Tommy on the field together. What position will you play? Let's play some running back. I'm gonna switch it up and play running back. Figured Tommy switched positions for me in high school, and I could do the same for him in college. So who's gonna do? Let's see. greatest ability is. I swear to that wall.
It felt good, telling everyone I was sticking around and Tommy and I were going to play together. The next question was, did it actually work out?
Pretty drastic turn of events for Coach O'Brien's program. I mean, the defensive pantry has been pretty much left dry with most of that elite unit having bolted for the NFL. But today, Coach O'Brien revealed a new strategy, and I think it's kind of brilliant. Get both heartbreak kids on the field at the same time. I mean, it's really a brilliant move. Here's the deal. You got to get all of your talented players on the field at once. Certainly if they're going to rely on the offense for a change to be the strength of this team if they're planning on making another run at it.
Let's go.
All right, Dan, show me what you got. Let's go.
Ready up! Ooh! Yeah! Here we go, here we go! Rock on, ladies!
Oh, you fucker. Golly, come on, man. Oh, come on. Oh, for real? Are you for real? Golly. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Rude. Golly. Oh, come on. Oh. Oh.
All right, not bad. We may have something here.
Is there any way I can change my damn number? Like shit.
Gotta say, I was surprised with the way you guys played that season, and especially considering you switched positions. Plus, Coach O'Brien really came into his own, leading you guys to the verge.
Alright, give me 1 second. I gotta grab a drink, and I'll be right back. what. I think this is going to be a fun season.
Playoff.
This is going to be a really fun season. All right.
Hard Rock Stadium, folks, it is filled to capacity. Everybody has been waiting for this college football Saturday, and we are just about set to get ready to rock and roll. It's the Oklahoma Sooners taking on the Miami Hurricanes.
And I probably can't change my numbers, so not till I get into the pros or whatever. So...
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in the end zone, and he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. The Hurricanes now 1st and 10. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
He was brought down.
But from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3-3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Oh, that could have been a tackle for a loss.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
From the shotgun on 3rd, Daniel. He'll hit Jackson complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Shotgun snap for Daniel. This complete to Langford. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Woods. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Let's go.
That takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, doesn't it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Throwing on 3rd down, Daniel. Being chased out left. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
Oh, nice kick.
The Sooners take over.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, with that continuity is...
He's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards that time. Well, that student section wasn't alive. They are alive and well now. That chunk play woke them up. It is starting to get really, really loud in here as this offense is on the move here in the first quarter. They'll run on first down. It's Thomas. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 47-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Matthews. It's caught inside the 25. And he will score. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
Good throw, Tommy.
And you know, you and I praise tight ends in today's game a lot for being just like a bigger-bodied wide receiver. Boy, a play that long from that position, you just didn't used to see that as much.
No, you were really just counting on the tight end position to catch the football and get what they got on the catch. And now it's the run after the catch that makes them so dangerous. Hard to bring those big guys down when they get rolling.
Couldn't bring him down here. Got into the end zone. Now following the touchdown, the Sooners get ready to kick this off. Taken about 7 yards deep, and he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
Back out there for their next offensive drive. The Hurricanes get set and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again. Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Ball.
7 yards there and a first down.
That was a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Back to the ground, this time Langford. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Sooners 7, Hurricanes nothing.
So here's a 1st and 10 for Miami. This is Langford. Oh, fighting off the defender. And he'll be brought down.
There we
losing
go.
Yardage back at the 40. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. 2nd down now. A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17. They'll try the air now with Daniel. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. Daniel's back.
Third
Good
and
pick
4.
up
I
there.
had the
13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
13 on the play.
Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch.
Baby.
I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move
if
is
y'all are new to
practiced
the
now.
channel,
It's not necessarily, he just took off and you guys figure it out.
Subscribe
when
button,
he takes
baby.
off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run
20.
routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
On first down, Thomas. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Gain of 16 yards.
His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
They pick up 12 on the play, and the chains move.
Down, Oklahoma.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And some room to roam now. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Well, from our vantage point up here in the booth, and look, we have the luxury of kind of seeing the entire play from a bird's eye view, but his knowledge of blocking schemes seems pretty impressive.
Oh, I would agree with that totally, and I think it's similar to wide receivers that flip over to become defensive backs, okay, you know what receivers are going to do because you used to do it that way. Well, as a former quarterback, he can see the entire play, the entire blocking pattern.
And he is in. Touchdown Sooners. A great play there. 32 yards.
Let's go, baby.
And the Sooners add on to their lead. Well, for a kid that started his career as a quarterback, he's certainly showing a lot of conviction carrying the football.
Yeah, he is running with some power, and I think he's running some frustration out of his system, don't you think, partner? Because you know he wants to still be a quarterback. But Coach Red O'Brien made the switch. He has gone along with it. I think he just wants to show that he can contribute and contribute in a big way. And the way he's running the football, there's no doubt about it. They've made the right choice.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here's the University of Miami, their offense ready to get the drive started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fast.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
There we go,
Picked
baby.
off at the 38. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
A 3-yard pickup.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
Come on, let's
He's
pick
broken
it
off
up.
some big-time runs here in this first half.
Man, let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And
that is caught. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Jamon Mason there to make the grab. And the Sooners add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 21-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Back out there for their next offensive drive. The Hurricanes get set. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
2nd and 10. Daniel again.
Daniel's pass intercepted.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Oklahoma now with a 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A gain of 13. And that'll be good enough for the first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Working with 2nd and 5 now. Now they try the right side here. And he is in. Touchdown Sooners.
Let's go.
A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Sooners add on to their lead.
For the extra point.
And always a good 1st half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already.
Let's do this, boys.
I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22.
The Hurricanes take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here's the University of Miami, their offense ready to get the drive started. And in a spot like on the board before halftime, that would go under pressure.
There we
down
go.
Goes Daniel.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down. The Miami punter out on the field as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
That's the end of the 1st half. With the score, Sooners 28, Hurricanes nothing.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Out is the Oklahoma offense ready for their next drive. They built a good 1st half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice 1st half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football, and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator, wouldn't we? Clip out the box score. Well, nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online. Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
To throw on second down, Matthews.
Oh.
The ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Wow.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now throwing on
Catch
third
the
down
ball,
there, but he
bro.
cannot connect. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
That was never a good call.
At their own 29-yard line.
Back out there for their next offensive drive. The Hurricanes get set. And, Charles, the good news, they got the stop defensively. The bad news, this is a huge hole that they're in right now. How do they start to dig out of it?
That's a great question because we're not even going to talk about how do they win it, right? We want to see how they can kind of claw back and at least make themselves feel better about the game because this one is likely out of reach. But maybe one possession at a time. Try and play a little bit better and have some respect when you come out of the game.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's going to be down at the 35.
Wow.
Gain of 7.
I should have stuffed that
from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
They go screenplay to Langford. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. The Hurricanes now 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Daniel. And a grab here by Gilmore. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Gilmore.
Well, they weren't able to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
And third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off near the 42.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Oh, come on.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
36-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Matthews. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
24-yard gain on the play.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another 1st down.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. Now we're seeing Matthews handing the ball off to his running back a lot more in this one. It kind of seems like Coach O'Brien has changed up his offensive strategy a bit for the national championship.
I feel like he's gone back to his defensive coordinator roots here, Brandon, because Coach Red O'Brien as a DC before he became a head coach, he saw the game one way. Now he's seeing it a little bit differently. I think he took a step back and said he lost most of his own defense last year. They were dominant at times. Now he's trying to slow the tempo a little bit, establish the run, and take charge of the game and take charge of the tempo this way.
A throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Sooner touchdown. from 8 yards out. And this offense is running away with this one. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Fielded in the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
Their own 25-yard line.
Here's the University of Miami, their offense ready to get the drive started. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, Daniel. It's caught by Jackson. And a loose football. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything.
Go,
sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yard.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Back out there for their next offensive drive. The Hurricanes get set. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, Daniel.
Oh. And he still broke the tackle. I ran right into him, and he still broke the tackle.
So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. And he'll bang that one through.
Oh, come on.
Sooners 49. Hurricanes nothing.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here's the University of Miami, their offense ready to get the drive started. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Daniel. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And, oh, now it's out. Langford loses the football. And this is picked up by the defense.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. 4th quarter, you've got the lead. You have to stay in bounds and run that clock. Coaches, that'll drive them crazy.
If you have to, just go down, inbounds, keep that clock going. It's almost like he was caring more about his fantasy stats than it was about winning the game, and that has to drive a coach crazy.
And bit of a surprise, they ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. Here are the Sooners now, 1st and goal. From the gun, Matthews toward the end zone,
catch the
but that's
ball.
going to wind up incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one. And oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown Sooners.
It's a blowout.
Taking it in from 2 yards out. And this offense continues to pour it on. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification, that's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen. What'd you say, 3 rushing touchdowns? And, of course, throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
Now following the touchdown, the Sooners get ready to kick this off. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Back out there for their next offensive drive. The Hurricanes get set. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though.
Oh, God.
Because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 for Miami. Operating from the gun, Daniel.
Daniel's pass intercepted.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he is in. Touchdown Sooners. A great play there. 38 yards. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to
63
zip,
208
and then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball, too, right?
Without a doubt, you need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Now following the touchdown, the Sooners get ready to kick this off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. 22-yard line. Here's the University of Miami, their offense ready to get the drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial under pressure? And down goes Daniel.
Down and sack. Tackle made back at the 17-yard line.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
52's the Mike. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
From the gun, Daniel. And that's complete to Gilmore. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
35-yard
ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Daniel. Dye's got it, complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 42.
Intercepted.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And guys, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
Oklahoma.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over.
Tonight's
a really solid performance against a ranked opponent as they add a big win to the left-hand column.
Draft stock trending upward. Let's go.
Want to talk about a story that's making the rounds, and that's the Heartbreak Kids and their indelible bond. Once again, taking college football center stage at the championship game later on tonight. It has been truly amazing and truly inspirational to watch this amazing journey that these...
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to end this right here. But I appreciate everybody who watched. Y'all are the best. Leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about it. Give me some feedback. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. And I love every one of you. But until the next video, remember to always stay godlike. Peace.